naganap nga ang SONA ng ating Pangulong si Benigno Aquino. At ngayon, pag-uusapan naman natin ang mga reaksyon. Kumbaga ito yung mga post-SONA interviews natin at malalaman natin yan mula kay Dr. Tony Liachon, ang consultant sa Department of Health. Magandang umaga po, Dr.
Good morning.
Good morning. Magandang umaga, Carla and Sandro, sa inyo. At sa mga nakikinig at saka nanonood sa inyong programa.
Sir, kayo po ay kasama po doon kahapon sa Batasan at napanood niyo po ang live at nandun nga po si Pangulong Aquino. At ano po yung, kumbaga, yung general feel na nakuha po ninyo? Ano yung mga reaction po na may ibibigay niyo tungkol sa SONA?
Alam mo, doon lang ako nakatira sa Commonwealth eh. And I think yung pagpasok pa lang isa challenge eh. Kasi dadaan ka doon sa mga nagrarally. And pasok mo doon, lahat excited kung ano sasabihin ng Pangulo. I think ma-encapsulate natin yung sinabi ng Pangulo na nung tinake on niya yung kanyang responsibility to become the president of the country, talaga namang challenging. No? And I think the president deserves a support and encouragement for a courageous leadership and transformational and doing the right things in the most challenging chapter of our history. Yun ang una ko sasabihin. After so many years na under-led tayo, neglected for so many years. Yes. Ito ngayon, no? And for those people na, of course, detractors ng Pangulo, including myself, I realize it right now na yung tinatawag nating trickling down at saka yung inclusive growth, hindi kagad mangyayari. It takes time.
It's not an overnight thing. It's a process.
It's a process. So we beg for their indulgence, their humility and understanding that the President, as you can see, based on the SONA niya yesterday, pinakita niya yung mga accomplishments niya. Ang mga barriers lang kasi to change, ang hirap eh, including a dysfunctional culture na tinatama niya ngayon. So makikita mo sa dami ng kanyang accomplishments, meron din siya mga threats at saka mga weaknesses na dala ng lumang henerasyon. Andyan yung corruption, andyan yung ating manya na habit na nandyan na. So isa yan sa kino-correct natin right now. So ako, ang general comment bago tayo pumunta dun sa ibang aspeto like sa kalusugan, I think that was a good SONA. I think despite the barriers and challenges of the President, I think he has actually given us a wonderful package for this year.
And Doc, he talked extensively about yung situation ng kalusugan sa ating bansa. What can you say about it na obviously hindi nawawala sa priorities ng ating Pangulo ang state ng kalusugan sa ating bansa?
Okay, I must tell this, no, even as a PTV4, yung syntax at saka RH have been languishing in the Congress and Senate for 16 years. And it was approved in 1 year under a smoking president. No other president with that kind of courage can do that despite the detractors. Yes. And despite the Catholic Church opposition sa RH. So that shows a lot of character. Ang ginagawa ng Pangulo is a change, hindi lang siya pantapal or pambulkanize eh. And ito, pag nasiayos, I think that will be for the next generation of Filipinos. So yung ginawa niyang syntax, napaka-importante yan kasi mabababa yung mga namamatay sa sakit related sa paninigarilyo, right? And then yung pera nun, ma-allocate mo yearly na nag-i-increase para sa infrastruktura, hospital, research, PhilHealth, doon sa mahihirap nating kababayan, at sa pambayad din ng ating mga healthcare professionals. And then doon sa RH bill naman, isa tayo sa pinakamataas na maternal mortality rate at infant mortality rate. So, ibig sabihin, pag nagkaroon yan, of course, the detractors will say it's about the condom and the ethics behind it. But ang overall niyan is an infrastructure when you can take care of the mothers and the infants, no, na namamatay because of the lack of doctors and help in the countryside.
Yes. So ito nga, nabanggit nyo nga po yung sa syntax, and alam naman po natin na yung mga funds na nag-generate doon ay makakatulong nga po sa inyong ahensya sa Department of Health. Dahil syempre kailangan natin i-promote ang kalusugan. Pero sir, paano naman po bumababa ito yung level ng kalusugan na kailangan sa health facilities ng mga barangay level?
Okay, that's a good one. No? Kung makikita mo yung poverty mapping ng Pilipinas, the farther you are from Manila or Luzon, humihirap ang mga tao. Sa amin, sa kalusugan, ang tingin ko dalawang bagay. kulang ang infrastructure and hospital in the countryside. Yun ang unang-una. 50% of the doctors are practicing in Manila. 50% of the infrastructure, or for every 50 meters, may hospital ka. In the countryside, malayo. So with the syntax right now, makakapagtayo ka ng mga hospitals in the countryside, sa Visayas, Mindanao. And therefore, that will attract business. Ang kailangan lang natin gawin is to decongest Manila from the healthcare professionals and pay them well through the syntax so that those infrastructures will not be white elephant to start with. So when you have doctors there, nurses there, na alam nating oversupplied right now, and then infrastructure, magbo-boom ang business dito. You can have joints ng restaurant, a lot of things. And this can actually generate more income. At the same time, yung agriculture din, i-develop. So you decongest the informal settlers and the healthcare professionals from Manila dun sa countryside.
Developed provinces.
Ito rin ang dapat i-analyze. Kung mapapansin mo, I have to tell you, ina-analyze ko rin na majority ng problems natin nangyayari 6 months of the year because of the typhoon. We are being attacked or assaulted by typhoons 22 times a year. So, laging binabaha ang Maynila. And ang baha natin, nakahinge dyan ang business at saka education. Now, what if, let's say, i-develop mo ang countryside? So, kahit umuulan, bumabagyo sa Manila at sa Northern Luzon, at hindi ang Visayas Mindanao, the infrastructure is there, the healthcare professionals are there, the business is there, then you can still have a stable economy. And I think yun ang part na gagawin in the long run, yung mga inclusive growth na ito, dun manggagaling doon. So, ang perang manggagaling sa syntax, napakahalaga for both the healthcare sector as well as for the help for the local government unit. Ang weakness lang na nakikita ko right now, yung LGUs natin hindi masyadong in grades eh. How I wish that the President could mandate or Secretary Rojas that each LGU should have a goal right now, 3 goals, para isang sagwan nga sabi ng Pangulo eh. And then i-monitor mo sila eh. Like for example, job generation, infrastructure building, yun mo lang i-correct mo sila. And then kung isang sagwan yan with the forces, and then a rigid guidelines on the country, on the PDAF or the pork barrel na audited system, I think okay pa rin. So yun ang nakikita ko as a physician working right now on how to help Secretary Ona solve the healthcare problems.
Okay, thank you so much, Doc Tony. I wish we had more time kasi ang dami talaga mapapag-usapan tungkol sa kalusugan.
I'm sure na marami na rin tayo na-cover kasi napag-usapan naman natin nga. Siyempre, lahat ng galing sa SONA and si Doc Tony nga was part of it and now he is able to share to us the things that were done, are being done, and that will be done as well.
Okay, so once again,
maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Carla at saka Sandro. So, I wish to be part of PTV4 pa rin sa pagbibigay ng mensahe tungkol sa kalusugan at saka sa SONA ng Pangulo. Maraming salamat.
You're always welcome po here sa Good Morning Boss.
Yes, okay. Once again, that was Dr. Tony Lechon, ang consultant ng Department of Health.